was very lucky to have mum and dad who read bedtime stories to me. And I also had the most fabulous junior school teacher, primary school teacher named Mrs. Hogg, who shared the joys of books such as The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe from the Narnia series, The Silver Sword by Ian Seralia, The Wheel on the School, Mindert de Jong, The Borrowers, Mary Norton, the list goes on. She really ignited the passion I already had for reading, and it's continued to this day. I think my idea of hell would be not having a pile of books on my bedside table. And I think what I like most about books is that you can escape into another world, you can escape reality for a little while if you want to, you can have a glimpse into the world through the eyes of someone else. You can meet some really memorable characters, some of whom will stay with you for life, and you can empathise with them and understand what they're going through, and often they can give you advice if you find yourself in a tough spot or a similar dilemma to them. And I think in this recent year, in the pandemic, books have been absolute soul food for everybody. The arts in general have been so important, but books and reading have been particularly important in helping everyone stay sane and count their blessings and think of those who are worse off. So what's not to be passionate about books and reading? It's the best pastime you can have. The Children's Book Council of Australia actually was formed in 1945 and Book Week developed from there. So since 1945, CBCA, the Children's Book Council of Australia, has been bringing children and books together in a year-long celebration of books that culminates in Book Week held traditionally in the third week in August, which is when traditionally schools and libraries have Book Week dress-up parades and celebratory events, and the Book of the Year winners are announced. But actually, Book Week is just 1 week in a whole year-long celebration of Australian books and reading. Well, the process begins with the publishers submitting the books to the Children's Book Council of Australia, who have a little army of very passionate readers judging books. These are people from all around Australia, from all the states and territories. They volunteer their time to read the books in their category, and they select what they think are the very, very best of that year's pool of books, and they form them into what's called the notables. And the notables are announced at the end of February each year, and they're seen as a kind of buying guide, if you like, as to what's best. That's the cream of the crop of books in Australia that have been published in that preceding year. And of course, the notables list can have quite a number of authors and illustrators on it, and I know how thrilled authors and illustrators are to appear on that list because it is an amazing achievement. But sadly, only 6 books in each category can be shortlisted for the older readers' books, the younger readers' books, early childhood, the Eve Pownall category, and the Picture Book of the Year, and the New Illustrator Award. So the shortlisted titles are announced with great fanfare at the end of March each year. And that's very, very exciting for the authors and illustrators listed there. That really is a fabulous achievement. Then they have a fairly lengthy, agonising wait until the third week in August, traditionally when Book Week is held. And on the Friday, the third Friday in August, the Book of the Year announcement is made. And that's when the winners in each category and 2 honour books in each category are announced. This year, because of the pandemic, we couldn't have a face-to-face celebration, so there was an online announcement instead, which exceeded our expectations. It went superbly well. It was a wonderfully celebratory, inclusive event. People tuned in from all around Australia and internationally, and it was a fabulous celebration of the very best of Australian children's literature published in the preceding year. Although CBCA Book Week in August is the pinnacle with the awards announcements, the Children's Book Council of Australia actually works hard all year round trying to promote books and reading, and in particular Australian books by Australian creators, authors and illustrators and storytellers. And each branch is staffed by fabulous, passionate volunteers who freely give their time and expertise to promote Australian books and their authors and illustrators in a variety of ways. The best thing to do would be to look up the state branch website in whatever state you're in. The WA branch, for example, runs all sorts of programs throughout the year, including a competition called Make Your Own Storybook, which is aimed at encouraging our young people to become the next crop of published authors and illustrators by writing their own stories and illustrating their own stories and submitting into this competition. And we have some notable published authors and illustrators such as Sean Tan, James Foley, Bryony Stewart and Fiona Burrows, who were childhood entrants in this competition and were prize winners. So we can happily say that they got their start in our Make Your Own Storybook competition. But each branch in each state offers all sorts of activities throughout the year, opportunities to meet authors and illustrators, to take part in online presentations, face-to-face presentations. A whole wealth of activities are designed. As I say, the best thing to do is to look at the website for each territory and state branch to find out what's on.